Here we have top set, and it is kind of a draw heavy board, so we're definitely going to be raising and trying to get as much in the pot. That's a good river unless they had a heart draw. I'm going to continue betting here just because we have redraws. If they do have a heart, we can still pair the board and fill up. He's betting like a heart, but we can't fold the set here. He might have kings, and we don't have a draw, and I don't want to see another heart come and fold, so we're just going to have to get it in here, I think. While we have redraws, we can hit a king, a 6, or an 8 to fill up if he has the flush, if we're ahead of him. Because I don't want to just call and have another heart come and have, yeah, we're just going to get it in. He's only got 3,400 left, so. And he's got 2 pair, and we got it. Okay, so here we have this ace king. We're going to min raise 3-bet to hopefully get this guy out of the hand and just see a flop with him. I don't want to just call and invite the big blind in to call too, so hopefully this min raise is enough to get him out and get me down to 1 player. I am willing to play for stacks at this point. He has a wide 3-bet range that I've seen. And knowing that I probably should have raised more, but I actually meant to do a 3x, but I kind of misclicked when I hit it. He's neutral aggressive, so. And this is a decent flop for us. He has to have a queen or a jack to play, and yeah, he's going to fold. So, and we're just continuing the build. We got 61K. We started this tournament with 2,146 players, and we're down to 390. Got a few plays before this on tape, and yeah, I'll keep you updated. But basically, you're playing aggressive. When we're this deep, we've had a little roller coaster and gone back and forth, but it's really paid off because we're getting paid off max value on our hands because all of our opponents pretty much believe that we're way over aggressive. They pretty much believe we're a maniac, when really most of the situations we put our money on, we're against shorter stacks and we're pretty standard. So with that in mind, really my table image is really over-inflating itself. It's really becoming snowballing effect and getting really massive, and they think that I'm pretty much a donkey when really all my plays have pretty much been standard, and the only time that I got my money in bad a few times was against short stacks that only had like 5 or 10,000. So for that little bit of money that I spent, I got my table image as being wild and crazy, so I'm getting paid off whenever I bet, which is very good. And I won the couple hands that I went to showdown with behind. So along with a little bit of luck, not only did we get, you know, good value and get up to 60K, but we got extra table image value of them thinking that we're wild. And we're going to take advantage of that. We're basically waiting for pad hands and getting max value. We got enough big blinds now. We're in late yellow M zone, almost green M zone. So we're just cruising along here, and we're going to make this a nice profitable game. And I'll be back on something juicy. Here we go. Last hand we just played here. We got some good value off it, almost doubled our stack pretty much with this 7-3. I raised because I knew the money's really close, and this player right here, Crack, he's been folding for a long time now. He's waiting for the money, so I knew to raise here, hoping just to get him to fold and get this blind money. And what actually ended up happening was it wasn't half our stack, but it was a good chunk. I'll show you what happened. I raised the 42, got a flat call, okay, and then I hit a pair on the flop. So he raised 2,800. It just looked really weak to me, and I thought maybe he has a 10 or some sort of draw. So I re-popped him to 12, hoping to get him to fold, and he flat called it. Flat called. So now I've got a lot of money in this pot, almost 20,000 or whatever, and I'm not going to let this go. If anything, if another blank comes, we check on the turn, and then a jack completes the 4-card straight, and once he checks to me here and gives up, I know that he didn't complete that straight, because with a $40,000 pot, if he did have a 10 and he was I'm going to call this here to hope to hit a set. We didn't, we missed it. We'll see by his action how we play it. Here, I reshoved the 7-3 all in on the river, because if he had a 10 here and he did do all of that, if he did raise and then call a 3-bet with a draw, open-end draw, and then he hit his open-end draw, he's going to definitely bet for value on that river. But he checked and waved a white flag. I powerhouse it for the pot, 40,000. He folds, boom, we're up to 78K. And that's how you got to take advantage of these weak players, because it's just so obvious that if he did do all that with a straight draw and then it got there, he would have bet that river, and he didn't. Even if he threw out 10,000 on that river, I got to, you know, really consider what I'm going to do. But he didn't. He just gave up with the right flag, and you have to take advantage of that when these blinds are big and there's big value in it. Okay, so here we got the top pair, and we checked on the flop after his check to indice a bet out of the big raiser, the big stack. So we got it, so we're going to raise out for value now. There's no raise pre-flop, so yeah, we were on the risk of losing our value there, but also it wasn't really a draw heavy board. But if they have any ace or any king and it comes, I'm putting myself in a bad position. So I think taking control of the hand right there isn't terrible. I could be sneaky and just call and invite them in, but then they can hit something to beat me, and I just didn't want to risk it at this point. Not when I'm pretty deep, 100 big blinds or so. That many chips, so I don't mind just giving up there and waiting for a better spot. He is the big stack at the table, and we want to double through him, not try to bluff him and just get, you know, some of his chips. And if we're going in with him, we want to double through him. Okay, so we're hand for hand in this MTT. I got you to the money, and it started with 2,176 players, and now we're on 253 players left. 252 get paid. You get $1,576 if you win, $1,576.04 for the win, $100 if you make the final table. We are currently two double ups away from the chip lead. So basically, we're going to be out of position. We're going to be closing our range, and we're going to be playing really, really tight, basically like ace queen or better. We got about 25, 20 big blinds, something like that. So we're going to be playing like, yeah, ace queen or better. When we're out of position, when we're in position, we're going to widen our range when it's folded around to us for the fold equity. And we're going to be widening our range to probably, I would say, anything decent if it's folded around to us in position. So say the next hand everybody folds to us and we have Jack 9 suited, or even, you know, 10-7 offsuit, we're going to be raising because there's just so much fold equity. You're getting whatever, like 12,375 every time everybody folds, which is really you know, helpful to our stack. So that's the strategy from here on out, basically, is to be widening our range, opening it up, and raising with more hands when it's folded around to us in position, closing our range out of position to about, like I said, ace jack, ace queen or better, and basically just looking to double up, because yeah, two double ups and we're in the chip lead, so we're not dead. We're a good favorite to take this down. So, you know, I'll be back when there's some action. This hand is definitely being raised with just for the full value if it's folded around to us. We're in the money, so we've made money in this tournament. So now it's time to really start building. So if it's folded around to us, we're definitely going to be raising. I think this is a good spot to shove just because we can get 10,000, and his limping is pretty weak to me. Yeah, I'm just going to shove it in here and hope for the full value. And if they call, then we're probably 60-40 ahead of his limping range. So I like it. And we get 14,000 to our stack. Very helpful. And this queen 10, now that we're UTG +2, I don't know if it's, and having him be a big stack, we're just going to let this go. But if we were UTG +1 and his stack was in for the big blind, we would have been raising at 3-4x, possibly. And FYI for the people listening, what I was talking about was the hands that I'd be shoving with. The hands I'd be calling with, or reshoving all in with, is basically all I'm going to be doing is reshoving all in. I'm not going to be calling any 3 or 4 times the big blind raises, just because it's so hurtful to my stack. Unless I have something like ace king or ace queen and I want to see a flop, but chances are I'm going to be shoving it to anybody's raise, or I'm going to be folding. And in order for me to do that, I have to have a really strong hand at this point, like ace queen or better, to reshove all in, or to call it all in. I'm only opening up my stealing range to hands that are folded around to me in position. Okay, so since I've got you in the money and we've already defeated 2,000 players, and we're almost to the end, I think this ace-9 is going to be shipped all in, just because there's so much fold value. We get 16,000. and we're definitely ahead of their limping range. Like, we're probably 60-40 against their limping range, and we have huge fold equity, because you know the equity they would raise if they had a better range. Excuse my stuttering. It's 3 a.m. here and I'm tired. We're there, we're in the money, and we're just basically looking for a plus EV spot to double up, keep getting fold equity and building our stack. Because if we raise, you know, 10 times and win them 10 pots, that's 100,000. So I mean, it's big. I mean, 14,000. So if we win 10 pots, I mean, that's 140,000. That's good money. So we have to make sure we widen our stealing range and position, like I said before, and you know, pretty much close up our calling range to premium hands. And we found our hand, king, and we're gonna play this. If we get a call, we're raising the flop 9 out of 10 times. Maybe if it's an ace, we'll slow down on the flop, and if it's an ace and they lead out all in, we might fold. But other than that, even if there's an ace, if they check, we're in position. We're gonna snap call this. King, queen, so we're in really good shape. You can only win with a straight. So we have to dodge a 10 or a queen. And we did. So we got our double, and now we're in good shape. Good contention. And these sixes are definitely playable. We're gonna 4x, hopefully bet enough to maybe just get this guy all in racing. Maybe get some folds. And we get our money back from the last hand. There's just so much fold value in these hands that you have to widen your range when you're in stealing position. I can't stress that enough. When it's folded around to you and you're UTG, like I was under the gun or in the button or on the small blind, you need to really be widening your range there when the fold value is just so, you know, crucial to your stack. So yeah, the chip leader has 500,000, so we're two doubles away from the chip leader, and we can basically we have to widen our range a little bit, but we also can be patient in selecting our hands. We don't have to go too crazy. This ace jack is definitely playable. I think I'm just gonna go with a 4x raise. That's been my little thing, and it seems to be enough to get him out. And at this point, I really don't mind seeing a flop. I probably won't be calling anybody's all in, but I will definitely make a play at the flop. Top pair, that's more than worth making a play, so we're going to bet half our stack for value. A few reshoves we're going to call. And it's just a really draw-heavy board between the clubs and the straight draws that are all over the place, so we really had to bet hard there and take the pot we could take. Not get too... It's okay to get creative, but the board has to be very dry, and that wasn't a dry board. I mean, there's a million different hand combinations to make straights with, a million different hand combinations for straight draws, millions of hands out there, a club draw that potentially could hurt us on the turn river. So we need to be getting as much as we can in there and taking the pot we can and building our stack that way. We don't want to be showing down against draws. We want to be taking down pots risk-free, and that's how we're going to approach this. Okay, we've been grinding away here, and with 10 big blinds, we have to play this ace-8. We started with 2,176, and I've got you down to 91 players. I believe we even have to call here. With 10 big blinds, we're going to need millions to win, and we're not going to get it folding. So we're played this hand now, and we're in good. So we just got to dodge a queen or 7. Now we just got to dodge a queen. Just a queen. And there's his queen, and there goes our knight. But hey, look, we did what we could. We got our money in perfect. He caught the 3-outer. Hey, we got a couple of them too in this game, so hey, whatever. You know what? We did what we could. We ran deep, got our money in with 10 big blinds, and we ended up having him dead to whatever it was, 10% on the river. So we got our money in a 9-1 favor on the flop. We were 60-40 on before the flop. 60% chance, meaning we'll win 6 out of 10. After the flop came, we're winning 9 out of 10, 8 out of 10. So we got our money in perfect, we ran deep, and we did the best we could. Till next time, good night. Peace.